Welcome to Fondy Famous. I'm your host, Kelly Norfleet. Today we're here with Dave from Fond du Lac County Veterans Office. And this week's sponsor is sponsored by Steve Wirtz Builders again. Thank you, Steve. Dave, if you would tell us exactly what you kind of do and how you got involved and come to do this.
Sure. Yeah, thanks for having me. So our office is a county office. We work for the county government. A lot of people think we're the VA. We're not the VA. We're accredited through the VA, which means that I get employment access essentially to VA benefits, so we can help veterans. So I just don't get paid, or I'm not employed by the VA, but I have full access to the VA benefits side of the house for veterans and their families. So what does all that mean? It just means that we help with veterans and their families with all benefits, entitlements, resources, anything that you can think of that a veteran might need post-service. We're here for that.
Can you give me an example of one of those things?
Sure. So probably the most common one would be like your disability benefits. Service members might get injured in the line of duty, whether it's health, physical injury, mental injury, it doesn't matter, right?
Hearing.
Hearing, yeah. I'm not wearing my hearing aids today, but yeah, hearing can be that. And so what they do is they have to apply for those benefits. It's not just automatically given to them. And so we assist with the application process, because any government assistance, essentially any government program is paperwork heavy, a lot of red tape. And so we help cut through that. And it's a completely free service. I don't like saying it that way because it feels scammy when you say that, but it is free, meaning that we are a government, county government benefit for veterans and their families. There is one of us, like me, it's called a county veteran service officer. There's one of us in every county and every tribe. So there's 83 of us total. And then in our offices, we might have multiple staff that do the same thing. So like my office, there's 3 of us. There's me as the veteran service officer, and then I have 2 veterans benefits specialists that work with me too. They do exactly what I do.
Okay. Did you serve in the military then as well?
I did 22 years in the Marine Corps.
Okay. Yeah. Congratulations and thank you.
Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. It was fun to serve. But yeah, that's the main thing that we do. Our office has a few programs, so obviously we're here for like casework, I would call that. We also have a transportation program where we take veterans to and from their VA medical appointments.
I did see that.
Yeah, so we go down to Madison, Milwaukee, Green Bay, Appleton, Beaver Dam, and Cleveland VA hospitals and clinics. We pick the veteran up right from their home, and we drive them to those appointments. We stay with them at their appointments or wait outside, obviously, or whatever. And then we take them home when they're ready, when they're done with their appointment. And that's a free service for the veterans. Again, that's through donations or through county funds that we run that program. And then some grant money that may be available in the future for that particular program.
How many people are you currently helping with that, if you happen to know?
Yeah, right now we have 74 participants using the program. It goes up and down depending on, people move, people no longer need the service, or unfortunately some pass away.
Right.
We lose them that way. But yeah, I would say the majority of the people that use it are people that are unable or unwilling to drive to those locations. Because sometimes it can be a little nerve-wracking for some, and then there's others that just physically can't drive anymore themselves. So we really fill that gap, and that's what we're here for. There's other programs that exist out there. The VA itself has programs, but we're technically rural here in Fond du Lac County from the hospital, so they don't come all the way out to us, right? So we fill that gap because they're not able to.
That's an incredible service to offer.
I think so, yeah. We had some huge donations toward it recently, where we just bought a new van for it. So we were able to replace our old one, and now we have another van and a brand new minivan for the program. So yeah, we've got it. It is absolutely probably our most coveted program that we do in our office for a lot of people. And it's tangible, right? You can see it. You can see the value, and so people like it. And then we also have our emergency assistance program. It's really a grant program. There's no payback on it for the veterans. It is financial assistance in the way of, if you have a life emergency or something occurs that you need help with, that you just weren't expecting, like an unexpected injury that caused you to get out of work, and maybe workers' comp's not covering everything, you can't pay a certain bill or whatever, and there's no one else that is able to assist. That's where we step in. We help out with that. So we've done everything from helping an elderly veteran couple replacing an entire HVAC system for the house because
Wow.
their furnace was busted. That's through not just my program, but that's me outreaching to other resources, combining our efforts because that stuff gets pricey. And I do have limitations. I don't have an unlimited budget. It's a very small budget, but we do help. We help with car payments sometimes, or we just try to keep people in the green when it comes to finances. That way they don't fall into the red, because there's a lot of government programs out there that require you to spend everything first. But the problem with that is then we see higher propensity for homelessness. Then they lose houses, or they get eviction notices, and then it becomes hard to once you get those. So we try to prevent that through our program.
Okay. So trying to get them before things would get to be a bigger issue.
Correct. Yeah. Most of the time, nobody wants to reach out for help until they are sinking. But I think we're getting enough awareness about our program that we're able to catch most of the veterans, at least in Fond du Lac County, before it gets too overwhelming. They usually reach out just as it's getting bad.
Okay.
So.
And now you guys have a huge project that you're working on right now.
Yes. So Sam Kaufman, our county executive, when I got this position a couple years ago, had brought it to my attention that they wanted to redo Veterans Park. And I was all on board because when I took this position, Memorial Day is part of my job description. I have to run a Memorial Day parade and ceremony. And when I took over, I asked my predecessor, I was like, well, where's Veterans Park? He's like, what do you mean? And he's like, it's literally right across the street. You didn't see it? And I didn't know it was there. I was stationed in Fond du Lac in 2003 to 2006. Had no idea there was a Veterans Park here. It's been around since '81.
Yeah.
And I didn't know then, and I didn't know now when I got back here in 2021. And so when I went out there and looked at it, I was like, I didn't even know this was the only thing that makes it look veteran to me is the flagpoles.
The statue.
Yep, and the statue.
Yep.
Well, even the statue, if you didn't know it's Civil War, you may not. It might, because there's a few statues within town that look similar, that are not necessarily about veterans. They're just about things that have happened in Fond du Lac. And so I didn't know until I started digging and looking at more of the plaques that are scattered throughout the park. And so it's a beautiful park, even in its current condition.
When we all walk through it, and see it and enjoy it during parades and
it is nice. It's just it hasn't had any TLC since the 80s. And so like the park benches, if you really start paying attention to the details, park benches are starting to rot in place. The walkways are all pavers and they're warped completely. There is a stage where the flags are, if you want to call it that, but it's really just a mound right now because you can't even get up there if you're unable to get up unassisted.
We did a photo shoot there not too long ago, and I'm already clumsy as it is, but I definitely tripped on one of the pavers, which isn't abnormal, but
it was disheartening when we had 99-year-old Gold Star mother. They did the Memorial Day parade one year, and it was up on the stage where they were doing it, and she had to crawl up with assistance because she couldn't walk up those steps.
Wow.
And so I don't do the ceremony on the stage anymore because of that.
Yep.
So we keep it on the ground, but it would be great to have a stage to have events and to do celebrations and to really honor our veterans. And so that's why we came together. It was myself and my predecessor, actually, Salute the Troops executive was there. Richard Fustel, some disabled American veterans guys were there. I'm trying to think of all the different veterans. Basically, it was a veterans centric group, and then we also included our maintenance workers in this steering committee to figure out what the plan would be. And through Tom Micklejohn, he's our architect for it, he was able to design something that made sense to all of the veterans and the maintenance workers to maintain it as a minimal maintenance facility, because we don't want to have we don't want to have a lot of maintenance involved, because they are a small crew and they have the entire county to worry about. And so our goal is to let them not have to worry about us as much. So that's the goal. And then the steering committee, I went out, myself, Sam, everybody, we went out and talked to all the veteran groups, so your VFWs, your DAVs, your American Legions, all those, and got a lot of input and the goods and the bads of what our design was. And it actually went from just landscaping to an actual memorial park.
Okay.
And so...
How long did the planning for this take?
I would say close to a year. Yep. So, and that was my first year in the job, was really just developing this plan of helping develop. I don't take credit at all for the development. I just threw a few ideas, and most everybody else has way more creative ideas than me. I just happen to be the front runner right now of the
Yep.
Or the face of
Someone
raising the
has
money
to
for
be.
it. Yeah. So and the reason I'm doing it is not because it's part of my job description, because it absolutely wasn't. It was more of, I would like to get out there and raise money up front for this because it is that important to me. I've been to DC. I was stationed in Quantico. I had access to DC all the time, and the memorials out there are phenomenal, and they give me goosebumps when I'm there, right? It makes me feel good about my service. And then when I saw this, I was like, this is not what the reception that I got from Fond du Lac. When I moved here, the reception from the community as a veteran was so overwhelming. I couldn't believe how helpful people have been in this community toward veterans, and how supportive people have been toward me personally. And so when I saw this park in its current condition, I was like, we got to do better, right? And that's why I got on board with this, and that's why I'm here now, and I'm very passionate about it.
But that's what you need. That's what we
Yes,
need to make it happen, right?
Right. And luckily, we have tremendous support from our county executive and the whole team at the county. A lot of people on board with this, but I just don't know how to get the word out there. I'm not an advertiser.
You need more
guy.
help.
I'm not a marketing major by no means. And so I've done everything I thought I could to get the word out, but it hurts my feelings, when I hear people say, I didn't even know about this.
Yep.
How do you not, So.
Yeah. So what do you guys need to complete this?
Money, right?
Money.
That's what it comes down to, unfortunately. I hate saying that because it's like, wow, there's other ways to support, and there are. If people could get out there and support us in advertising and spreading the word of mouth seems to be the fastest way to travel.
Yes,
just getting people to talk about it, getting people in touch with me to talk about it, because I'll talk to them blue in the face, and that's what we're looking for. We've had some major donations from a lot of members in the community, but when I look at the numbers, because you got 104,000 people in Fond du Lac County, and just over 100 people have donated individually, and then we've only had, I think it was 15 businesses, maybe 20. I forgot what the list. I keep looking down because I gave you the list. It's like 15 or 20 businesses have donated, right, or organizations. And so when you see that, and we're at 570 something thousand raised, that's a lot of money for a small percentage of people. And so what I'm trying to do is implore the rest of the community to really step in to get us that 92,000 that we need to finish the project.
Okay. And how do they contribute? What is the best way to do so?
We are running the funds through the Fond du Lac Area Foundation. So that way it's a nonprofit receiving them. They can get the tax return, tax breaks on it for donations. But it's also a way to keep the money transparent. We want people to see where their money's going, right? And so that's the goal, is to not have it, as tax dollars. That was an option because the county was on board with, hey, we could just make this happen. And I was very adamant about making this a community project, because my take was, if you put $1 into something, whether that's $1 or $1 million, now you've bought into it, and now it's your park. And I want this to be the community's project to say, hey, veterans, we as a community came together to make this happen for you. This is how we support you. This is something tangible and meaningful and impactful that the whole community can enjoy and know that they contributed to supporting their veterans.
Right. Right. If even just a fraction of people donated, $5?
Right. If I had 104,000 people donate $5, we would have been well on our way to making this happen.
Yeah, so we just need the rest of the community to step up and finish it out.
For the cost of a fish fry, you could, that's all the donation needs to be, and then we'd be done.
There you go. I worked with a nonprofit recently, and we did this thing called $5 Fridays. And basically they inspired you to skip the coffee, skip the, whatever little treat you were going to get. Right. And give it towards something that mattered or was impactful.
Well, for the record, I don't want anybody to skip coffee. Not okay.
It is important. It is important. Well, thank you so much for telling us about this.
Absolutely.
And for being so passionate about this, because I know what it takes to have to raise funds and to go in, and you have to be passionate behind it. So you can see that you are. So appreciate it.
Thank you.